Righty-ho, hello to you all on the live. As you can see, Nixie is behind me. We've got Nixie behind me on the late night live. And, oh, laying down behind me. Sorry I had to evict you off of the chair, Nixie. Sorry I had to evict you off the chair, but I need this chair for the live. Hello to Nixie. Got Nixie looking into me. Hello to Jody and Heidi so far, who we've got on here. Hello to Jody and Heidi. Yes, it's our Nixie. Certainly is our Nixie indeed. Jody, yes, indeed so. Thank you, Heidi. Thank you. Hello to our Nixie indeed. But this live, in this very live stream, how would one dare describe this one? I'm only going to do it for about 2 hours, something like that. About 2 hours, 2.5 hours, something like that. I'm not going to do terribly long. Sorry. But this is it, another late night live for the first time in quite a great while, I must say. The first time in a great while. Yeah, indeed. Sorry about this. Oh gosh, that's exactly what I'm thinking about, Jody. But what I can speak to you about regarding my laptop repairs, or to everybody regarding laptop repairs, well, it was a new battery that got fitted. It's a new battery that got fitted, just to say. And to be honest with you, it's a fantastic new battery it got fitted with my laptop computer. Fantastic new battery to the point where I don't have to recharge it every so often. Whereas prior to the battery repairs and the battery replacement because of what happened to the other battery, I had to recharge it every half an hour or so, but this time I don't need to recharge it every half an hour. I think the only time, at least, I really only need to charge it every 120 odd minutes, something like that, or possibly even every 150 odd minutes, something like that. So obviously, one has to recharge their recharge their laptop computer every so often. The same with recharging your phone, your iPad, tablet, whatever technological device one may have in their possessive possessions. I don't need to recharge it as often prior to battery replacement. 21-degree weather in your neck of the woods. Oh gosh, it's better than here. It's nothing but cold over here. I mean, it's nothing but cold over here in my... No, she's not licking my hair. Jody, no, she was licking her own fur. She was washing herself. Weren't you, Nixie? Jody thought you were licking my hair, but she wasn't. She wasn't licking my hair. And the last thing you'd want is Nutmeg's Blinky trying to rip my hair out of the roots, because that's what Nutmeg's cat Blinky is known to do. Try and rip one's hair out of the roots. But I thought I'd explain about laptop repairs and how it's better post repairs and all that. And the best thing about my laptop computer now, post repairs, is longer duration of battery life, since the battery replacement and overall battery repairs just to say to not just you, Jodie, but everybody in the chat. Thank you, Heidi. I'm glad my laptop computer is working well post repairs, and that it's got a longer lasting battery life whenever once fully charged. Hello to you, Dave. I know I didn't see a lot of Eastbourne Reels on the waterfront, but I still went, but only caught the last moment. No, but I was a bit knocked over the weekend, Dave. I'm not going to say why on the live. I mean, I asked my friends not to talk about it on a live stream of mine. I would never talk about it in a live stream, the trouble and the upset I had over the weekend, but I was a bit mentally knocked over because of something. I mean, I'm not going to say what it is, but because one does need to move on from it, Dave. One really does need to move on from it. But I should be more or less completely fine by tomorrow. You know, it wasn't just me who was upset by it. Another one of my friends was upset by it, but I'm not going to say what it is. I would never, never, never say it publicly online what the problem was. You know, but but do be assured I should be completely fine by tomorrow. True right on that, Dave. One does need to move on from certain troubles. You know, I mean, yes, it hit hard. It does hit hard, I know, but you do eventually need to move on from it. Oh, Heidi was asking what 21-degree weather is in Fahrenheit. That's what she was asking you, Heidi. Oh, Jodie. That was what Heidi was asking you. But 21-degree weather, I don't think it's all that hot, really. No, I mean, it's not that hot. Well, certainly not for me, it isn't. 21-degree weather. In 21-degree weather, I would, I'd be rather nippy if I were anybody in that sort of weather, Jodie. I mean, I'd put my jacket on, or my coat, in 21-degree weather. You know, one thing you really don't want is getting older. The older you get, some people, the older they get, the colder they feel. This is what happened to me as I got older in age. Got a lot colder, and certainly felt the cold a lot more as I got older for age. But there we are. Hence, to reference an example, be wearing a jacket or coat in about 21-degree weather, which is 70-degree Fahrenheit weather, and I have a jacket or coat on that sort of weather. Nippy, nippy weather, nippy, nippy weather, 70-degree Fahrenheit. Hello, Nixie. You're very affectionate right now, aren't you? Affectionate, affectionate girl. Hello, affectionate. Hello. Oh. Yes, you're very affectionate, aren't you, Nixie? Oh. She was really purring a moment ago. Nixie, are you affectionate? Hello, beautiful. Very affectionate girl. Yes, you're very affectionate, aren't you? Beautiful and affectionate. Oh, yes. But one thing I can say, event report, I attended the Eastbourne Reels on the Waterfront event, but only captured the last moment of it. But had I not been feeling upset or mentally knocked over the weekend, I would have gotten to the event at an earlier time. But obviously, certain troubles that got me down, it sort of, it more or less prevented me from having the incentive of properly going to the event. But I have every intention of going to Eastbourne Wheels on the waterfront come 2025. Not just once, but twice in 2025. And there's a very nice little cafe restaurant where the Eastbourne Wheels on the waterfront takes place. And once the event's over, I might even eat in the might even eat out in the little restaurant. Four Seasons, I think, is what it's called. and I'll one day eat out there once when, say, come attending Eastbourne Wheels on the waterfront in the future in 2025. I attended the event, but I only went to the final moments of it. But I didn't go to a lot of it because I was feeling knocked over mentally because of certain troubles. I mean, I'm more or less okay now and should be fully better by tomorrow, which could explain why when I was on Shepard's live stream I didn't stay very long because of how I was feeling over something. The event was okay. It was me who was not terribly happy. But I'm okay now and should be completely okay by tomorrow. Hello, Susan Elkington. Hello to Susan. And hello to Ferrari. Ferrari Ollie, that is. And hello to Dawn Marie. Yes, big hugs all around. Big hugs and squeezes all around, Dawn Marie. I'd give you a nice big hug and squeeze any day. As I know you would very likely do exactly the same with your grandchildren. Give them lots of great big hugs and squeezes. I'm sure, well, obviously, you would have done the same thing, the very same thing when they were young children, quite likely. Hello to Heather. Hello to Heather in New Zealand. Thank you, Jodie. Thank you for your friendliness towards Heather. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry about that. Hoping you're well over in New Zealand, Heather. I mean, actually, we know quite a few Heathers, don't we? We've got the Heather Griffin, Heather Arredondo, and obviously Heather Shinny Gonzalez. You're hugging and squeezing great grand. Yes, I remember you saying you've got great grands too, as well now. No, I could imagine. Well, it's something you can hardly get enough of, is it, Dominic? And like you said to me before, when I spoke of my nearly 2 stone weight gain, you were like, "There's just more of you to love and hug," as you said to me. You know, I remembered you saying that to me before, but obviously, it obviously gives you great comfort, doesn't it? But getting to events, obviously, I got through only a very short and a small amount of the final event of the final parts of the Eastbourne Wheels on the Waterfront, their final 2024 event, that is, before their 2025 proceedings. I fortunately got an event this upcoming weekend on the Saturday and the Sunday. So what's it from October? The 12th, 13th, and the 20th. I got what 3 more events for October, and then only 2 more for November, and then that's me done for this year. So how many is it? Well, 2 events. The second event will be over the course of 2 days because it's the event of the same thing that takes place over 2 running days, which is a model rail event, that is. But how many? It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more events, and then that's it, done for this year. Just 5 more events of 2024, and then that's it, finished. That's it, completely finished for 2024. And then it's on to the 2025 event proceedings before one's very eyes. You've seen your great, oh goodness, you've got great grandchildren, Heather. I didn't know that. You've seen your great-grandchildren and give them a hug and kiss before they left to go back home. It's school holidays. How lovely. You give them a hug and kiss before they go back home. That's the best way forward. Heather, that's the best way forward. But how lovely. Obviously, I mean, I could imagine your great-grandchildren can hardly get enough of your hugs and squeezes, Heather. I'm sure they can hardly get enough of it. In the way that Quake Girl hardly gets enough of hugs and squeezes herself, especially that she gives to her little daughter. Oh gosh, over the winter months, Dawn Marie. It's possible at some point over the winter months I may visit a certain museum over in Bethnal Green. That's the name I was thinking of, Bethnal Green. There's an interesting museum in Bethnal Green that I've taken an interest in over a great few months. It's a museum that my friend Diane Peck told me about. Diane Peck. Um, she's seldom been on a live stream of mine, but she's sometimes appeared. I think she's appeared once or twice in the comments section on a certain live stream of mine. Diane Peck. She's quite old. She's well into her 70s, Diane, and she told me about this museum in Bethnal Green. She recommended it to me, and I've actually, I'd like to give myself a visit there one day. I'm quite interested in going, personally speaking, myself and all that. This interesting museum. So I would think about going at some point over the weekend before the 2025 event proceedings, etc., etc., and all that. That will be the Museum of I think that's the one you're referring to. Now, it's just now that I've just remembered. Ferrari on it. I've just remembered. Museum of Childhood. Yes, that's the one Diane spoke to me about. Museum of Childhood. And hello to Sherpa. Hello. Don't worry about being late. Don't worry about your lateness. It is certainly completely okay. Was on a call. Not to worry. Thank you, Harriet. Hello to you, Sherpa. Hello. How are the doggies, Sherpa? I hope the doggies are well. I did eventually watch the replay of your live, which I was on temporarily, but obviously left after a short while. But I hope the doggies are well, especially the affectionate one you were talking about. Obviously, I missed it live, but saw it on the replay. Hope the affection. I mean, I imagine the affectionate one is probably snuggling up in bed with you right now. And Harriet, is Willa still trying to snuggle up with you? But if she does snuggle up with you, just be careful giving her a cuddle. Because, like you said before, if Willa snuggles up to you and you try giving her a cuddle, she bites, as you did tell me before. So just be careful that Willa doesn't bite if she snuggles up to you. They are both very affectionate, but the min pin is oh. Now that is extremely lovely learning of this from you, Sapper. And hello to Tasso. Hello to Tasso. That's my Nixie over there. My Nixie. Thank you, Sapper. Thank you for your friendliness towards Harriet, Tasso, and Jody. Thank you. It is beautiful, Nixie, indeed, Tasso. Yes, it certainly is beautiful, Nixie, for sure. But Ferrari Ollie, if you're still here, what was it like when you went to the What was it like when you went to the Museum of Childhood? You was in bed but suffering with oh no, a pulled muscle in your neck. Been suffering with it oh no. Oh Sapper. Oh Sapper. I'm extremely sorry hearing about the pulled muscle in your neck. I do hope you eventually overcome it. She's being naughty as usual. She goes to the vet on Thursday. Need to get her sorted. She's been a nightmare. Oh dear. Oh dear. Ferrari, you love cats as well, and don't have much memories of it apart from a. You don't have much memories of what the Museum of Childhood, okay. Apart from a Paddington Bear kiddie ride and a Punch and Judy show. You was next to the West Anglia main line as well. Oh, how interesting! How interesting! I mean, it's not far. It's certainly not far from the West Anglia main line, Bethnal Green. To tell you odd things, Bethnal Green. It's not terribly far from the West Anglia main line. Joe N. Jones. Hello to Joe N. Jones. I mean, was this meant to be John or Joe N. Jones? Yes, that's our healing prayers to Sapper following the pulled neck in the pulled muscle in his neck. Wishing him well and a speedy recovery, fingers crossed, Sapper. And hello to Tommy Gardner. Hello to you. Oh, it's Joe. Sorry, Joe. Hello to Joe N. Jones. Hello. I mean, I'm not familiar of Joe, but it's certainly nice to have you in here, Joe. Don't worry about your fat finger spelling, Sapper. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about a thing. You know. Your organ playing tonight, really? Oh, how interesting, Tommy. How interesting. Enjoy your organ playing. Do you enjoy your organ playing? Beautiful nicks. Beautiful nicks. It's a tad loud in the shed. I could imagine it's a tad. Not only could I imagine it not just being a tad loud, I could imagine it being very, very loud. You Sapper made you sound like a karate. Oh, I mean, speaking of vintage organs, it's going to be until 2025 before I'm hearing one in action again. But never mind, never mind. Unless, I mean, but obviously there's the museum in Buckinghamshire. But oh, Harriet, is this boob gate now? Less than 25 minutes into the live, we've now got to boob gate. Sapper probably pulled a muscle in his neck looking at all the boobs on the street. Oh, Harriet. Oh, Harriet. Oh, Harriet, you cheeky girl. You cheeky lady. Well, it's a remote possibility. It's certainly a remote possibility, but it's not funny in real life that Sapper pulled his neck muscle. That's not funny in real life, but it's quite a funny joke you're trying to crack up there and all that, you know. It's 112 keys, 1300 pipes, very like I could only too well imagine that, Tommy. I could only too well imagine that. But even though it's going to be a while before I hear an organ at a vintage steam rally event, I mean, but Tommy, just to ask you, since you're still here, at the is it Amo is it Amoresh Museum or is it Amersh Museum, Buckinghamshire? And at the museum, do they play vintage organs in action, or are they Amersham? At the Amersham Museum, Tommy, do they play vintage organs in action at the event, or at the museum, or are they just organs on static display? Do they actually play the organs there, or are they just organs on static display? It was about time I asked you because I wasn't certain whether they'd play the organs there or not, for those that are to be seen there. They all play 8 organs. They all play the organs. Oh, okay, okay. Hello to Alison Boydell. Hello to you. I wouldn't say hello without giving you a great big hug and squeeze as usual, Addison. My lovely. Thank you, Harriet. Thank you for your friendliness towards Addison. Thank you. There's 389 key organs there. Oh, impressive. How enchanted and how very, very impressive. Wonderful, wonderful. I do hope you, Alison, and your 6 foot plus son are happy and well. I do hope you're both well. I certainly completely agree, Dormery. Yes, it really does sound marvellous. No, I mean, I must say, going to a vintage steam rally event and hearing the sound of a vintage organ, it's like addictive to the point where one just has to keep listening to it over and over again. The sounds the organs play, it's just addictive. So addictive to the point where you just nearly cannot stop listening to it. That's how I've personally experienced it, but I just cannot get enough of listening to vintage fairground organs. I seriously cannot get enough of listening to vintage fairground organs since my bestie David Scott got me into the event attending and all the vintage organs that can be seen at some of the events he recommended I go to. I now just cannot get enough of listening to the vintage fairground organs. They're just the sounds, the tuneful, the soothing grip of tuneful sounds one hears from these organs and listening to them. You just cannot help but want to listen to them over and over again nearly all the time. For some people, but for me, it's like that in that case. It's almost like a feeling of addiction to certain musical pieces when listening to a fairground organ. In my opinion, that is when regarding my take to it. Overall take to it, that is. Your brain has vintage organ tune banging in your head someday. Oh gosh, oh gosh. That is something, Sapper, indeed. You love those fairground organs. I love them too, as does David. I cannot thank David enough for getting me into listening to vintage fairground organs, Heather. I truly cannot thank David Scott enough. Heather Griffin, you love those fairground organs, as do I. Heather, as do I too. Hello to Silly Sausage. Yes, I was. Just saw I was doing another live. That was the gameplay. That was the gameplay. You like country shows? How lovely. Silly Sausage. How lovely learning of this. You've sent me a picture, Tommy. Right, I'll just have a quick look now. I'll have a very, very quick look now. Sorry, wait a moment. Oh, wow. Wow. I've just seen the picture, Tommy. Fascinating picture. Greatly, greatly fascinating picture. Very, very greatly fascinating picture indeed. No, really, extremely fascinating picture of the organ you sent me. And also, Tommy, I very much like the picture of you on the organ you first sent me. The picture of you, I'm pretty sure that was you on top of the organ, and then there was you and a man who didn't have any hair stood beside stood beside you, and the organ with the maroon paintwork and then the green and yellow paintwork to it. It's fascinating. Really fascinating picture. And and Tommy, I think to picture Tommy at an organ, I could clearly picture him with a nice pair of brogues, jeans, and a nice shirt. I could truly picture this in Tommy himself, whilst event attending at where there's a vintage organ and all that. You love steam shows too. How lovely, silly sausage. How lovely. That was your father who was bald, really? Oh, okay. He looked pretty big. He looked like a big man when seeing the picture of him with the shirt. Big, big looking man. Gosh, but some people are big, some people are small. I mean, you didn't look tiny, Tommy, but I would have thought you definitely looked bigger than I do. No offense when saying this, of course. Is there enough room in there for both organ music and visions? Oh, Dawn Marie, you're bringing on the boob gate, aren't you? At Sapa. Oh, yes, you've responded to Dawn Marie. You have no idea how many boobs you have. And oh, God. I never could have pictured your father was bald, Tommy. You've been attending organs and the engines for 18 years, attending your first rally at 3 months old. I remembered you saying you were 18 years of age, Tommy. But which I never could have thought at first until you told me. I never could have thought that. I could have thought you were clearly years older. And sorry if it was when looking at the picture of you and your father stood beside an organ. Was it me, or does he exercise in the gym regularly? Because he's obviously looking at him. He's obviously quite a big man, and look at the size of him. Gosh, look at the size of him. I mean, with certainly his arms and everything, he looks like he had a completely muscular figure, if anything. But no offense to him saying that, of course. You'd have antique classic vehicles and regalia. How interesting learning this, silly sausage. How very interesting learning of this from you. Oh, he was a bouncer. Gosh, wow. He definitely had the figure for being a bouncer. Your organ will hopefully be playing at the Amersham Museum next winter, ready for the 2026 rally season. How lovely! How lovely learning of this, Tommy. How lovely. Could be arranged. Send pen and you will get the card out. You very much like a silly sausage and two veg. I much prefer. I don't mind a sausage at times, but preferably I generally stick to a fruit and vegetable and fish diet, so that I don't go under 11 stone and don't go anything over 11 stone 6 pounds, which in the American and Canadian neck of the woods is 160 pounds, just to say. Which is why I generally stick to a fruit and vegetable and fish diet. I do eat some meats, but I don't eat a lot of meat. The only meat I have in slightly bigger quantities is chicken. But other than that, all other meats I have in limited proportions. I don't completely avoid them, but I just have them in limited proportions. That's all. Pretty much around, oh gosh, 14, oh my goodness. Oh, that's what 3, 4 stone over my weight. I mean, well, like I said, Tommy, seeing the picture of you, you definitely didn't look petite. You definitely looked bigger than I did. Well, obviously, well, you are taller than I, so it could explain why. Oh gosh, 14, 15 stone. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This works out fine for you. You look, well, when looking at the picture of you, you looked a bit shorter than that. I wouldn't have thought you were in that range when looking at the picture of you, Tommy. I would have believed 6'3", 6'3.5", something like that, but I wouldn't have thought 6'4". You know. And hello to cats. Hello. Oh gosh, 22 stone. Oh my. I couldn't imagine being 22 stone. I really couldn't. I mean, 22 stone. I mean, 22 stone. Oh my goodness. I mean, if I was 22 stone, well, I mean completely no offense on saying this, but if I was personally that weight or 22 stone, it would completely ruin me. 11 stone and 11 stone 6 is enough. That's far more than enough for me. You used to make sausages in the local butcher's when you were about 14. Oh, interesting, Sapper. Very, very interesting. You have to go. Oh, ta-ta. Oh, ta-ta for now, Susan. Ta-ta for now. Love and hugs. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Sorry, Sapper. Sorry. But Harriet, you do like a daily serving of meat and veg. Unfortunately, your portions are extremely limited now. Is there a reason why your portions are extremely limited, Harriet? Sorry if it was a bad question when asking you this, but Sapper, I am sorry if I'd inadvertently caused offence and all that. And gosh, you're getting a stitch from laughing. Well, what could I have done, Jody? What could I have done? I haven't caused any offence. Okay. Thank you for the kindly reminders. Yeah. We do love our Susan, don't we? Our lovely, lovely Susan. But Tommy, good luck with your organ being at the Amersham Vintage Organ Museum. Good luck with it. Good luck with it being displayed there. But wait a moment, I'm just going to look it up. Amersham Museum. Right. I'm actually just looking at the Amersham Museum. Oh, I haven't caused any offence. Oh, thank you, Harriet. But if I may ask, Harriet, is there a reason why your portions are very limited, if I may ask? Is there a reason for it? Hello to you, Stevie. Oh, you've just been watching me dancing to the organ. Oh, thank you. No, every time I'm listening to an organ, Stevie, I just cannot help but dance. I cannot help but dance every time I'm hearing a vintage organ. It can be a bit tiresome. It can be quite tiresome dance. It can be a bit tiring dancing to an organ after a great while because it does wear off the feet every time I'm dancing to one. But other than that, cannot get enough to listening to a fairground organ. Cannot get enough of it whatsoever. Oh gosh. It was Harriet who said that her portions are limited. But I wonder if there is a particular reason as to why Harriet's portions are limited. But hello to you indeed, Stevie. Oh, thank you, Dominic. Thank you for your friendliness towards Kaz and Heidi. Thank you. Your feet were tapping along. Oh, interesting, Stevie. Interesting. And thank you for your friendliness towards Sapper, Stevie. Thank you. Your portions are limited because you have highly discerning taste. It's rare you find anything to your liking. Oh, interesting. Interesting. You like giving big portions if anyone wants some. Oh, I have to be careful with my portions because I don't want to have a painful propensity of going over a certain weight repeatedly. I wouldn't want that. So, but interesting learning you like giving big portions if anyone wants something. Your portions are non existent. In what way, Dombury? Amazon Prime Day has just started, so you're not watching the chat but listening intentionally. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, Nixie. Oh, I know Nixie. Hello. You have petite portions. How would one describe my food portions? They're not petite, they're about fairly small. I mean, they're not child size. They're definitely not child size portions. They're small to medium. My portions of food. You've not had sausage and two veg for 34 years, really, Dominic? I know. Zeph. Zeph, you certainly didn't have to, but thank you. Thank you. You need to change that ration. Oh, that ration, okay. Ah, ah, ah. Ah, that's better. That's better. Sorry about that. Yes, welcome. Welcome here. Welcome, Zeph. You certainly didn't have to, but thank you. Thank you all the same. But interesting, Dawn Marie, interesting learning you've not had sausage and two veg for 34 years. Interesting. But Dawn Marie, I forgot to ask, above and beyond anything, I do hope your operation went okay. But no, I know I already asked. I do hope your results went okay. Sorry, I had to rephrase it. I do hope your results went well for you post-operation, or post-surgical operations, that is. I certainly, above and beyond anything, hope your results were okay and set at satisfactory levels and all that. Yes, yes, Zeph. If anything, I do hope your pain is easing following the horse accident you had in recent times. Need to keep it moist. Grandma and Bertie. This is Herman's grandma with Bertie. Hello, hello to you. Don't you mean Herman's mother? But Grandma and Bertie, how interesting. I didn't realize you were Herman's grandmother. And you're with Bertie, his bird. How lovely learning that you're looking after Bertie. Bertie, who is known to swear at her. Oh, gosh. One seeing what my arm looks like. Yeah. Well, if one wants to see what my arm looks like, for those of you who have not seen it as of yet, well, that is what it looks like. This is what being 5'8" and 11 stone gives you. Skinny arms. Skinny, skinny arms. Grandma's a troll. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. You get your results next week. They needed a recheck, so your fingers are double crossed. The account was made today. Oh, bloody hell. Oh, gosh. Armgate. Oh, God. Well, to tell you something, Heine, if you are 5'8" and 11 stone, this is what it gives you. It's nothing but a skinny arm. But to be honest with you, I mean, because you know, I am a small man. Maybe if I sit up a little, I am a small man by and large, so this is what it would give you: small man, skinny arms. But please, what would I say? Above and beyond anything, despite having skinny arms and an overall small frame. I mean, despite having an overall frame, I love being a small man. I wouldn't change being a small man for the world. I'm perfectly happy being a small, skinny man. I mean, having a small, skinny 11 stone frame, I certainly wouldn't change it for the world at the moment. I certainly wouldn't. Indeed. They're not just skinny, they're blinding. In what way are they blinding, Jody? In what way are my arms blinding? Well, in what way are my arms, sorry, in what way are they blinding when showing that? In what way are they blinding? If I may ask you, in what way are they blinding? And all that. Are you going to sleep? Ta-ta for now, Joe. Sleep well, won't you? But really, but Jody, in what way are my arms blinding? I'm curious to know. Well done. Shapper was quick. He certainly was quick, I must say. That means I'm very white. No, I am very white, to tell you all things, Jody. I am quite fair and white. And all that. And all that, you know. But do be assured, I would never change having skinny arms for the world. Because like I said, you know, I love being a small, skinny man. I wouldn't change it for the world. I certainly wouldn't. But I am sorry if this may have caused offence to some of you, saying that I love and am perfectly happy being a small, skinny man. Small thing as I may well be, it certainly does not stop me from living life to the full in spite of being a small thing. It's a parallel universe with the blinds and the. Oh, Harriet, you are cheeky, aren't you? You are full of cheeky wonders, aren't you? My favourite colour is it's got to be green. Green is one of my favourite colours, Harriet. Green. Nothing could beat a good colour like green. It really couldn't. Have I ever got so many times, Sapper? Many, many, many times, yes. But one of the reasons why I'm careful going out in the sunshine, in particularly in a baking hot heat wave, why I'm particularly careful because of my susceptibility to getting sunburnt, unfortunately. So I have to be careful. Just a quickie tonight, you're off to bed. Take care. I wouldn't say good night without giving you a big hug and squeeze, Stevie. Good night for now, lovely. Sunburns are painful. I'm not. No, they are, and they're quite. Not only does it hurt, but they're actually quite hot when you touch them. They really feels like your skin's been cooked. When one gets sunburnt, Heidi, it really feels like your skin's been cooked. Not only does it hurt, but it feels like there's a hot cookery pot on your skin and all that. Thank you, Jody. Thank you. I'm happy with what I am. 5'8", 11 stone, which is in your neck of the woods and the American neck of the woods, 154 pounds. I'm very happy with who I am. Your favourite colour is blue and pink. I quite like the colour blue too. Blue and green. In my opinion, nothing could beat those colours. Nothing could beat those colours. Fantastic colours on anything. On completely anything. You sleep well, Stevie. Big hug and squeeze always, my lovely. Oh, no. No, I haven't heard it yet, Harriet. Not as of yet. No, I know how to access it, Jody. I know how to access it. Green for me like your bed, eh? Oh, interesting. Actually, I'll give a listen to the song now. Oh, was one not hearing anything? I was listening to Sapper's song. No, I'm not dead air. I was listening to Sapper's song. That's all. I was listening to Sapper's song. But I didn't realize one couldn't hear anything when I was listening to it. I'm so sorry, everybody, but I thought you could hear Sapper's songs. I had it. A wonderful song. I mean, wonderful song you did, Sapper. Fantastic song you've recently done, I must say. No, I mean, well and truly fantastic. Fantastic. Brilliant, brilliant song. Good song about the British pubs, I must say. I mean, and speaking of that, I'm always enjoy and relish the thrill of a twice monthly pub visit. I always relish the thrill in a twice monthly pub visit. Oh, sorry, you missed me. Sorry, Harriet. You like the static noise people play for machines that do that, you know. Oh, we've got another person in here. Hello, hello, hello to Heather. Hello. Sapper's song was great. Had you listened to his song about the pub? Had you not? Had you listened to his song about the pub, Heather? Because I've just listened to it now. No, his songs are brilliant. And he does live streams, by the way. His videos and music, astonishingly fantastic. And but his live streams are one of the greatest to participate in. Heather, nothing could beat a good Sapper live stream. You know, happy learning so, Heather. My favourite thing to drink in a pub. When I'm in a pub, I normally find it's the best time to have a nice beer when in the pub. To tell you odd things, Harriet, if it answers your very questioning, I always enjoy a good beer in the pub. I don't drink beer very often, but I also sometimes I have a wine or a prosecco in the pub. Sometimes a lemon. Sometimes I have a lemonade after I've finished off with a certain alcoholic drink. It's always the best place to have a nice drink in the pub, or sometimes a nice meal out too, in the nice, great, a good old fashioned British pub. I love the good old British fashioned pubs. Nothing would stop me from going from a good old fashioned British pub, especially when they've got a nice sociable environment that goes within it and towards the surrounding grip of a pub itself in the basics of explaining it and all the rest of things, Harriet. If this all makes sense to you, all that I've so explained in captivated depth to you and all that. Oh, his live streams, nothing could beat a good Sapper live stream. Zev, nothing could beat a fantastic Sapper live stream. And thank you, Heather. Thank you for your friendliness towards Sapper. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you for your friendliness towards Heather, Sapper. Thank you. Thank you, Dominic. Thank you. Thank you for your friendliness towards Heather. I would never say hello. We would never say hello um, without giving a resoundingly large greeting to our Heather, would we? And nor would I would never say hello without giving her a great big hug and squeeze either. You know, well, she can hardly get enough of them, can she? But no offence when saying this about Heather, of course. Uh, oh, apparently, as it turns out, according to now there's some news to share. As it turns out, Sapper's live stream is going. Uh, Zappa's live stream is not going ahead on a Saturday now. It's now going ahead on a Sunday, much to my astonished surprise. It's going ahead on a Sunday now. I mean, gosh, that is most surprising. But just to let you know, Zappa, every Sunday the Hutches generally do a live stream. So when your live is over, or if it's still going after an hour, I would likely be over on the Hutches live, just to say. But interesting learning. Oh, okay, you've got commitments. Oh, okay, don't worry, Sapper, not to worry. That's understandable. But but if people like Heather or others are interested in viewing Sapper's live streams, etc., and are yet to see it. Oh, and your anniversary! How lovely! How lovely! Creators don't book their lives around other creators. Oh, okay. Okay, that's a good point to share, Jody. But for those of you who are yet to watch Sapper's live streaming content, etc., well, I'll put a link to his upcoming one for those who are interested in seeing it. The link to Sapper's upcoming live stream is just found in the description down below for all of you to see, for those of you who are very interested in seeing it. It's going to be on Sunday, 13th of October, 2024. And also, believe this or not, the 13th of October would have been someone's birthday. But 8 p.m. UK time, 13th of October, I think I should be able to hopefully view it that day. Because even though I'm event attending on Sunday, 13th of October 2024, even though I'm to be event attending on the 13th of October 2024, I should be back in more than plenty of good timing for Sapper's very live stream that day. Oh gosh. There we are. I should be back in far more than plenty of good timing for Sapper's live stream on the 13th of October 2024, in spite of it being an event attending day. It's going to be a classic car event attending day, but I'm not going to say where it is because Harriet will get very upset with me if I say where it is otherwise, you know. Hello to Danette and Anthony. Danette and Anthony. Wait a moment, everybody. Right. Right, and hello to Alfredo. Hello to you. Yes, I too am only too gladly pleased that I'm doing a live stream again. I'm only too gladly pleased that I'm live streaming again. It really wasn't the same doing a live stream on the smartphone. Thank you. Thank you, Heather. Thank you for your friendliness towards Alfredo. Thank you. And thank you for your friendliness towards Dawn Marie. The Danette and Anthony's content, it's worth the watch. And Danette and Anthony are the reason why I've had the incentivized inspiration in doing late night lives in the first place. Because it was one early morning. I just saw the live on recommended. That was Danette and Anthony. And it was a late night live. It was New York time. That was late night live New York time. And when I saw the late night live, once it was over, I was about 1 hour 30 minutes into the live, and I just watched it right all the way from start right to fit from where I started, but it wasn't from the beginning. It was about 1 hour 30 into the live. I just stayed with it until the very end. I just did not leave their side once. And once the live stream was over, once Danette and Anthony's live stream was over, I thought, I want to give myself a go at that, a late night live. And I just eventually did it. It just started from that point on, the occasional late night lives. The more I did it, the more I just got enthralled with doing it. So, Danette and Anthony, I cannot thank you both enough for giving me the great incentivized inspiration for the late night live, which, having watched your late night live, is inadvertently given me the inspiration to do the same thing. So, you know, and seeing both and how much fun you both had when doing the late night live, all the fun and the terrific time you both had when you were relishing the thrill and doing it. I just thought, I want to give myself a go at that. And that's what incentivized me directly into doing it. It's a pleasure, Dinesh and Anthony. You're a brilliant, fantastic couple. And if you didn't know, you two are both located where Sharon and Tim Root are located. New York, well, they're different part of New York City, but they're a New York couple too, Sharon and Tim Root. But I'm only too gladly pleased that I've stumbled across the two of you. What was it that Zephs sent but didn't quite come through? It was just purely by accident, but I'm happy that the accident happened, Dinesh and Anthony. What a great heart inside a person. Thank you, Alfredo, thank you. And thank you, Dinesh and Anthony, for your friendliness towards Jodie. And thank you, Jodie, for your friendliness towards Dinesh and Anthony. But for those of you who are interested in watching Dinesh and Anthony, if I could just put the link up to their channel. I may not be with them all the time, but whenever I get the chance to watch Dinesh and Anthony, I never regret watching them. I mean, I'll leave it for you to decide, for those of you who want to give it a go at watching Dinesh and Anthony's content, but in my personal opinion, if one is to view Dinesh and Anthony's content, you would certainly never regret stumbling over it. I do not once regret stumbling across Dinesh and Anthony's content. It's a pleasure, both of you. It's a pleasure, both of you. Always, I'll always have your backs, always. Even if I'm not regularly within your content, I only watch whenever I can. I'll always, always, always support you both in whatever way I can, and I'll always, always, always have your backs in whatever way I can. And I mean that. You know. But yes, you're completely right. Some accidents are very happy accidents. Very good point there. Excellent point. But I do hope your meal out at the pizza restaurant in New York City went well for you both, and it looked like a fantastic pizza, and well done, Austin, with with all the with the sculpture work that he does. But the sculpture work young Austin does, I was impressed by all that he did. I've already just linked it to Ned and Anthony's channel, Jodie. I've already just linked it. No, you haven't missed out anything, Heather. No, you certainly have not. You certainly have not missed a thing. Do be assured on that. But thank you for your friendliness towards those who come and go within my continent. Thank you. Thank you, Danette. Thank you. As are you and as are both of you. Both of you are a fantastic couple. It's from all around the world, Alfredo. Some are UK, some are United States of America, some are Canada. We've got one chap, he's a Brit who lives in the UAE. We've got some in New Zealand and Australia who also follow me. So it's a worldwide community. Same with Danette and Anthony, it's a worldwide community in their case too. Just to share. All that. I do hope the cat is well too, Danette and Anthony. I hope your much loved cat is well too. Oh, I said also Canada as well, Heather. I do know that you're USA based, Heidi. I do know that. Yes, I certainly know that without questioning roundabout. And just to let all of you know, there's a People and Escapades live stream tomorrow. It was initially I was going to do it on the Saturday, but because of things going on, and because of something that did knock me over mentally, I mean, because I mean, I've moved on from it and should be completely fine by tomorrow. But the effect it had on my mentality, it knocked me over to the point where I just couldn't do the live and just had to postpone it. Because I think had I done the live, I probably would have just broken down in tears had there been trolling troubles, etc. Because normally trolling, I'm normally on the lookout for trolls and do whatever I can to stop trolling. Obviously, trolling is out there, but it's a matter of trying to combat it the best way possible. But that Saturday, I just wasn't in the mood for it. I really wasn't because of how I was feeling. But I'm fine now. I'm fine now. But People and Escapades, it was initially meant to be a return of the laptop special live stream before getting into these late night lives, and of course the inspirational and Saturday live specials or other occasional naughty boy and naughty girl live stream impromptus, etc. Munchkin is very well. Oh, it's Munchkin. Yes, I've just remembered now. Munchkin the cat. And you also love having people from across the world. No, it's well and truly incredible. It's really, it's an incredible thing having people who follow you worldwide, Danette and Anthony. It's an incredible thing for one to be dead experiencing, if I dare say, all that, and all the rest of things. Having a worldwide following, you know, I wish one could say more about this, Danette and Anthony, but it involves a huge depth of explanations, and the perfect, captivated depth of explanations is the most enchanted of all frustrations because it is more than one can express, shedding certain points to it and all that. But as I communicate with all of you, the depth of your kindness and friendly demeanor are what I call a continual revelation to me, in the best way possible as I'm representing all of you. The best parts of the live representation, when looking back from experiences, sometimes a lump comes under my throat out of happiness. Now I know that, silly sausage, some are not nice. Yes, and then it's a good reason why I've got mods. You make exceptionally good points, but do be assured I've enlisted the right mods here. But I hope it wasn't far too deep, all that I had to share earlier on. Or what I just shared a moment ago. 5 more events, Sapper, just 5 more events. And then that's it. That's it for until 2025. Just 5 more events. 5 more events. Oh gosh, Oh, nutmeg's in. Hando to nutmeg. Hando to nutmeg. And hando to Blinky the cat as well. Oh gosh, and I imagine with Nutmeg watching here now, I could only imagine Blinky is attempting to rip her hair out of the sockets. Out of the roots, sorry. Oh gosh. Naughty, cheeky Nutmeg who attempts to rip one's hair out of their roots. God. But it wouldn't be funny because it would really hurt if a cat ripped a hair out of the roots of one's head. That would really, really hurt. Thank you, Heather. Thank you. Thank you, Harriet. Thank you for your friendliness. Thank you, thank you. And thank you, Alfredo, for your friendliness towards Nutmeg. Thank you. Good mods who you truly trust are a must in the YouTube community. You're completely right, Danette and Anthony. You're completely right on that. Blinky is hiding in her box. Is she really? Why is that? Was Blinky guilty for something, Nutmeg? Is that why she's hiding in her box? Is she guilty for anything? Oh, God. If she is, I wonder what it is that she might be guilty for. Thank you, Zeph, for your friendliness towards Nutmeg. Thank you. And thank you Sapper, Jody, and Heather, and Dormery for your friendliness towards Nutmeg too. Thank you. It's quite an astonishing revelation that Blinky's hiding in her box. Thank you, Dormery. Thank you. Thank you, Alfredo. Thank you. And yes, no, we love our Dormery, don't we, Sapper? And we love our Nutmeg too. And of course, we love our Harriet, Heather, all of us in the community. Fantastic friends one could dare ask for. Fat fingers. The fat fingers joke. Is this a fat finger gauge now? Oh gosh, I just remembered Harriet's in here and it's going to instigate a gauge after mentioning. Oh, God. You hear Sapper on that? Oh, Nutmeg, you. Oh gosh. But hoping you're well, Nutmeg, hoping you're well. Instigate, get out. So. But above and beyond anything, Nutmeg, well and truly above and beyond anything, in spite of your Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, EDS, I really do hope you are well. I really do hope you're well in spite of your Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. I do hope you're okay in spite of that. I mean, that's awful that you had a diagnosis of that in your 40s. I am extremely sorry for your diagnosis of that. But above and beyond anything, I do hope you're okay. Oh, Sapper. Nutmeg, did you get your portion of meat and 2 veg? We had a conversation on it. Oh, Sapper. Yes, you and Harriet were talking about it, earlier, not. I mean, I'm normally much more careful with the meats with eating meat. I'm much more careful of that, generally speaking. But normally, if anything, I normally stick to a fruit and vegetable and fish diet above and beyond anything. But the meat and veg, funny things. That was the funny thing to talk. Well, I'd normally be more careful with the meat I eat, with meat eating, etc. Last thing I'd want is having a propensity of going above 160 pounds. That's the last thing I'd want because of certain meat eating and all that. I do know of Cornwall, yes, I certainly do know of Cornwall, Alfredo. Dawn Marie hasn't had, yes, she said that earlier on. That is completely true. That is certainly completely true. And Shapper, you're completely right. I just saw that. Laughter is the very best medicine. No, you're completely right on that. Oh, Heidi. Laughgate. Oh, Heidi, you cheeky lady. Yes, you're the first at the meat and 2 veg buffet. But unless well seasoned, you won't taste the. Yes, because you're fussy with the foods, aren't you, Harriet? You're very fussy with your foods, aren't you? No, I remember you saying before, Sapper. I remember you saying you're originally from Cornwall, and of course Salisbury, Wales, and all that. There's a Cornwall in Ontario. Really? Really, Heather? There's Ontario in Cornwall. Oh, wow. I never knew that. Plate gold. Oh, goodness, no, that's the last thing we would have wanted here. Plate gate. You had a portion of alcohol. I don't mind a good drink every now and then, Nutmeg, but I thought you had to give up on the alcohol. Honestly thought you had to give up on the alcohol, Nutmeg. But interesting learning if you had a portion of alcohol this evening. But just be careful it doesn't do your liver in, because you said you nearly had a liver effect with your time in Ireland. But as long as you had a nice drink, that's the main thing. Food. Oh. Before one knows it, there's going to be a group of people extremely hungry if Foodgate gets any further, Heine. And if anybody suddenly ends up having a propensity with putting on a huge amount of weight to the point of going beyond the weight they could cope with because of Foodgate, well, you'd be to blame on that, Heine. Last thing we'd want is everybody in the chat getting excessively hungry to the point where they put on far too much weight, to the point where they're uncomfortable with it. And if they have a hard time losing it, that would be you'd be to blame for that, Heidi, just to say. It is true, Alfredo, yes. It is true. That's true what you said. Whipped cream is fun. I haven't had whipped cream before, but I have had the dairy clotted cream many, many times. ROFL. Sapper is funny, isn't he, Nutmeg? As is Harriet, too. I mean, all of you sometimes have something funny to shout, especially when there's a certain gate to instigate and all that. Oh, Nixie's falls to sleep. Oh, Nixie. Nixie, you're fast asleep, yes. Yes. Oh, and it looks like Daphne's awoken. Laughter. Oh, you nutmeg. You cheeky lady, nutmeg. Yes, I know, Heather. Yes, it's the Canadian Thanksgiving, happening on what is to be an event-tending day of mine, 13th of October. I do know that. So yes, happy Canadian Thanksgiving, Heather. Happy Canadian Thanksgiving. Quite like their Canadian Thanksgiving with a nice turkey and such. That's my concluded guess. And then, of course, the following month it's the American Thanksgiving, which I'll be finished for the 2024 event tending. I would be finished for the 2024 event tending by the time Thanksgiving 2024 rolls in. But for the American Thanksgiving for November of 2024, I do hope all of you who are located in the United States of America, I hope your Thanksgiving for 2024 works out extremely well for either one of you. I really well and truly hope so. Turkey and many vegetables, not surprised. But for those of you all located over in Canada, happy Canadian Thanksgiving for Sunday of the 13th of October, 2024, which is a day I'm expected to be event attending. So, whilst I'm event attending on Canadian Thanksgiving 2024, I will certainly be thinking of all of you located over in Canada as you celebrate the wonderful Canadian confines of Canadian Thanksgiving for 2024. Of course I like Halloween, Alfredo. Yes, of course I do. But what am I thinking about doing for Halloween 2024? It's possible I may do a Halloween live stream special. That's very possible. But I don't know as of yet. I don't know. I may do a Halloween live stream special for Thanksgiving. I may do a Halloween live stream special, but I've not thought about it as of yet. Having seen Graham and Fiona doing a Halloween live stream special back in 2023, I'm thinking about possibly doing that, but I wouldn't do it if it clashed with Graham and Fiona's live stream special. I wouldn't do it if it clashed with Graham and Fiona doing a Halloween live special, or if it clashed with Sapper, who is, by the way, expected to be doing a Halloween live stream special. Just to tell you of things, Alfredo. Am I getting dressed up? I'm going to think about what I'm going to dress up as. I'll try and dress up as spookily as I possibly can. Ooh, spookily. Bwah. Oh, gosh, oh, Nutmeg, come on. I'm a human Rolodex, so... No, Sab had some... I wasn't there for all of the live, Dormery, because I was knocked over mentally. Because, as you know, I didn't stay very long. I really didn't stay very long because of how I was feeling that day. But I saw some of the shirts, but Zappa thought I was going to talk about his size when he demonstrated the size of the shirts because they were too small for him. No, Zappa, I wasn't going to demonstrate your 16 stone, 2 pound size, which in the American and Canadian neck of the woods is 226 pounds. But I'm probably going to be told to piss off in a minute because of what I said. To be honest with you, I deserve that. No, I know you're working on content for the Halloween live Sap, but I know because you got a Halloween live stream special already scheduled. Actually, if you wait a moment, everybody, wait a moment. This is the live stream for Sapper's. Oh, Nixie, you're awake. The live stream. Oh no, no, no! Oh, I put the wrong link up. Oh no! Gosh, I put the wrong link up. Wait a moment. Wait a moment. I put the wrong link up. Just put the link up now for the Halloween live special of Sappers. I'm yet to decide as to whether or not I'll be doing a Halloween live stream special, but I've just linked up Sappers Halloween live stream special. You think you'll dress up as a skink or skunk and freak everyone you know out? You're 15 stone 11 now, Sapper, really? So that means you've recently lost 5 pounds. So that means you'd be now 221 pounds. And as Miss Nixie, yes. I mean, back in April of 2024, you were 238 pounds or 17 stone, that was. But 15 stone 11, gosh, that is quite a weight loss compared to April. I don't have to post link, that's what we do, okay. No, you're completely right, Harriet. No matter what one weighs, your heart, soul, and joy will always weigh so much more. That is quite true. That is certainly very, very true, in fact. Oh, Nutmeg, what a questioning. But, Nutmeg, before you ask, yes, it is true that Sapper. It is true that he was 238 pounds back in April of 2024, which is 17 stone. And a few short weeks ago, he was 226 pounds. Now he's 221 pounds. Oops. Oh, gosh. Sorry, Sapper. Oops. No, Sapper really has got great content and fantastic music. He really well and truly does. You know, Marcia's in. Hello to Marcia. I'm doing better now than I was over the weekend, Marcia. Wonderful to see you on here. Wonderful seeing you on here. You don't need any outfit for Halloween. Interesting one, Alfredo. This is true. What Heather is saying directly to you, Nutmeg, It is true, Heather and I have been friends for quite a few years now. 4 years we've been friends. It's quite a while now. Yes, do give a resoundingly large hello to our Marcia. Thank you, Sapper, Jody, and Dawn Marie. Thank you for your friendliness towards Marcia, and thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Alfredo, for your friendliness towards Marcia. Thank you. I wasn't ill physically, but I was knocked over with sadness. I wasn't ill. I wasn't ill, Heather. I was just knocked over with sadness. No, I've stopped, Harriet. I've stopped. Oh no, Nutmeg, your hands are not good today. Oh dear. Oh, I'm so sorry hearing this, Nutmeg. I'm extremely sorry hearing this. That is a real pain. When one's hands aren't working too well, it's really a pain in it's really a pain in the opposable thumb, isn't it? When one cannot type well. You've got arthritis. Oh no. Oh, Nutmeg, that is a hard thing to contemplate too. Oh dear, I'm extremely sorry learning you've been diagnosed with arthritis. That is a hard thing to live with every day. No, that really is well and truly hard thing to live with every single day of one's life and living with it on dealing with it on a daily basis. Arthritis, that is a hard thing to contemplate too, because it really does affect one's hands and joints, etc., and all that. Some people with arthritis, sometimes it goes as far as warranting a need for bone replacement when one has arthritis and all that. No, I know, Heather, yes. Some people who have got arthritis, Heather, sometimes it gets to the point where some arthritic people need certain bone replacements, etc., and all that. And that is an extremely hard thing to live with and contemplate too, and all that. An extremely tough thing for one to contemplate too, I must say. Please, Marcia, don't worry about being late. It is certainly completely okay. You'll dress as a sausage and bring along two blokes dressed as that. It's because of, yes, I know. I could imagine just how frustrating it is. I could imagine just how frustrating it is. Harriet, no, this is not the time for Handgate. It's really not. No, Nutmeg was representing a serious point. No, Harriet, Nutmeg was sharing a serious point about arthritis and what it's like dealing with it on a daily basis. So this is not the time for Handgate. It's really not. When somebody on here talking about living and dealing daily with arthritis and trouble with the hands because of arthritic troubles, it's not the time for a Handgate joke on that. It's really not. I mean, and I'm serious talking about that. No, it's a hard thing to deal with daily, arthritis. No, I mean, it's a hard thing to deal with daily. It really is. And many people, for some arthritic patients, as I said earlier on, sometimes it gets to the point where some need certain bone replacements because of arthritis, etc., and all that. You know, it can wear one's joints out, arthritis and all that. No, but you've really been put through the pains with a lot, Marcia. Nutmeg. You've really been put through the pains with just too much, Nutmeg. Where you once were able to play sports until you had your EDS diagnosis. That is an hard, and you had to give up because of that. That's an extremely difficult thing for one to contemplate too. No, that really is an extremely difficult thing for one to contemplate too. So it really sounds like you're really not in too good health despite age. I mean, I'm just so sorry, Nutmeg. Really, That is a hard thing to contemplate and deal with on a daily basis. Oh, have you got to go? Ta-ta for now, Heather. I wouldn't say goodbye or good night without giving you a great big hug and squeeze. I wouldn't do it without that. You take care, won't you, Heather? Oh, sorry, Sapper. Sorry about that. That's why you have arthritis in your hands. Played softball for so long with hands and joints that weren't stable. Oh, that is risky. That really is very risky, I must say. That is dead risky. Thank you, Zeph. Thank you. And thank you, Alfredo and Zeph, for your friendliness towards Heather. And you, Nutmeg. Thank you for your friendliness towards Heather, too. Thank you. And Tasso's in. Hello to Tasso. Don't worry, Harriet. I know you never meant to offend, but you said handgate because I showed my hand. You know. Oh, Daphne was awake a moment ago. She was awake washing herself, but it looks like she's gone back to sleep. I was going to show you Daphne washing herself, but now she's gone back to sleep. Okay. Well, she's sleeping in the hammock. I think if I brought her up to the live, she'd probably be and probably not be too happy when awake. And Nixie, there she is. She's fast asleep behind me. Thank you, Marcia. Thank you for your friendliness towards Tasso. Thank you. Thank you. But Marcia, please don't worry about missing the live of mine. Please don't worry about a thing. And thank you, Nutmeg, for your friendliness towards Heather. Thank you. But Nutmeg, I am surprised. Little did I realize that your Blinky would hide in her box every time it's raining in your home neck of the woods. Oh no. Oh no, not oh no, Alfredo, I'm extremely sorry hearing this. Mrs. Murphy's in oh dear. I remember the suspicious questioning. I remember that before. I could remember sometimes when if I'd stayed up late and I'd said hello to Mrs. Muffy, she'd read the reply and she'd be, "What are you doing up at this time of night? What are you doing?" Oh gosh, there we are, the questioning. What are you doing up at this time? Oh, oh goodness. Sorry if I've annoyed you, Mrs. Murphy, for staying up late. Oh God. But hello to you all the same, Mrs. Muffley. Hello to you indeed. For those of you who are familiar with Mrs. Muffley through Graham and Fiona's content, through Graham and Fiona's content, do give a resoundingly large hello to Mrs. Murphy. I love Mrs. Murphy dearly. Don't get me wrong. In spite of her sometimes questioning, me staying up at late times and all that, I do love her dearly. I do love her all the same, in spite of the occasional questioning regarding me staying up at a late time. You're pulling my leg. I will get spanking. Who would I get the spanking from, Sapper? You or Mrs. Muffy? You rescued Blinky from the streets in June when she was about 5 months old. Think she experienced her first storm when she was kitten alone. Oh. Oh, gosh. Oh, that is something. But well done. Well done for rescuing Blinky as a kitten on the streets. That is something. Thank you, Harriet, for your friendliness towards Mrs. Murphy. Thank you. Yes, yes, well said, Alfredo. Bless Nutmeg for rescuing Blinky out in the streets, a kitten in the streets. That is hard. That must have been hard for poor Blinky. It took 6 hours of coaxing and trust building. Oh goodness. That is a long time. That is a very, very long time. And thank you, Mrs. Murphy, for your friendliness towards Jody. Thank you. Thank you. We all love you, Mrs. Murphy. Please don't get me wrong. In spite of your suspicious questioning at times, whenever I've stayed up late and all that, I do love you all the same. I really do. I mean, who couldn't love you, Mrs. Murphy? We all of us within Graham and Fiona's community, and certainly here, we all love you dearly. I completely agree with you, Marcia. I completely agree. No, insomniacs, no, it can really hit people hard. It can really well and truly hit people hard, Mrs. Murphy. That much more could certainly be said, but I'm sorry hearing this of you. No, but well done. Well done, Nutmeg. Well done for rescuing Blinky when she was a kitten out in the streets. Well done for rescuing her when she was a little kitten. She experienced a thunderstorm is frightening. So sound of rain is scary. Now I could imagine if that's been the case for poor Blinky, I could well and truly imagine. Blinky rescued you, really? Blinky rescued you. That's nearly going to make me cry. That is visibly moving in every way. Seeing something like that, seeing that is visibly moving. That Blinky rescued you. That is visibly moving. When seeing something like that, it takes me to my bestie, David. In a way, he rescued me from what could have been long-term sadness or potential depression. So hearing that Blinky rescued you, it takes me back to what David rescued me from. No, is it not? No, not only is I wouldn't say it's funny, Zeph, but it's visibly moving. It's visibly moving when you rescue an animal, but yet they inadvertently end up rescuing you. I mean, I couldn't praise Nutmeg enough. I couldn't praise Nutmeg enough for for rescuing Blinky and how Blinky rescued her. I know you said because you lost your I remember you saying that you lost your father to Lewy body dementia. I know. I'm extremely sorry for your loss, Nutmeg. I mean, I lost my Edmund to thrombocythemia. But you, and yes, so I'm extremely sorry for your loss, Nutmeg. You're completely right, Marcia. Animals really have a huge healing capacity. You're completely right. But the thing that what David rescued me, the thing that really did eventually heal me over time, was when he introduced me to the vintage steam rally events and the classic car events and the vintage vehicular events. After he introduced me to those events, when I first met him at what was, I was going through a very low point, broken mentally at that point when I first met him, but I never liked admitting it at the time. It's only really in recent times that I've spoken about it because of how personal it was to me. Those events I've gone to, they've really been fantastic healing to me. They really have been fantastic healing to me. And since going to these events and since meeting David, I'm the happiest I've been since before my grandfather died. You know, I mean, I hope I've not made too many people upset, or I hope I've not made people break or anything, but seeing something like what Nutmeg said, that her Blinky rescued her, it takes me back to when David rescued me and saved me from what could have been long-term depression or long-term sadness in my life, or me being long-term broken up mentally. Never a true word has been spoken. Oh, so sorry about the loss of your Daisy, Dominic. I'm really sorry hearing this. She was your reason to get up. No, well done for Nutmeg rescuing Blinky. Well done. Sitting on a bench with your friend at a park enjoying a cup of tea. All of a sudden, you heard a meow coming from the rose bushes. She don't. I think the word you're looking for is manky, isn't it? She was a may. Oh no, she was emaciated. Oh, that is awful. When people and animals are emaciated, that is awful. That really is awful. My late grandfather was emaciated at the time of his death. No, I mean, my late grandfather was emaciated at the time of his death, unfortunately. No, but emaciated, that's awful. Animals and angels without the wings are completely right on that, Jodie. I know they rescued each other, and that's a moving story, highly above and beyond anything. It's an extremely moving story when you hear somebody talking about that. It really is above and beyond anything. Just emotionally moving when you see and hear something like that. Manky due to lack of water and food are awful. Jodie is completely right on that, Mrs. Murphy, I must say. The 12th and the 13th of October, I am event attending, Marcia. Yes, I certainly am. But thank you, Marcia. No, I'm the happiest I've been since getting into the event attending. It took me time to realize this, but the event attending David introduced me to and meeting David has been the most fantastic healing from what I was going through when I first met him. Really, what was a very low point in my life. And it's been fantastic, really instrumentally useful in helping me with eventually overcoming the loss of my wonderful late grandfather Edmund, other sadness from other troubles, with dealing with two things that broke me, and that eventually just got to the point where it was unsustainable mentally and broke me up mentally. And So getting into the event tending and meeting David, it really has proved instrumentally useful with eventually overcoming the loss of my grandfather and bringing me back, eventually finding a newfound pathway to a newfound happiness, and overall bringing me back in body and spirit. You know. So I always thank David big time because of that. I always thank him absolutely big time. When you had a cat, you could turn it into an engineer. Every time you kicked it up the arse, it made a bolt for the dog. Oh, Sherpa, what is with you in kicking cats up the arseholes? What's wrong? What is with you on that? Please, if I may ask you on it. Sounds like your childhood cat Bootsy. I wonder what Bootsy was like as a character. Depression, people who has lived this know what it's like. You wouldn't wish it on your worst enemy. Oh, you wouldn't. Oh, thank goodness you would never kick an animal up its arse, Zappa. I'm happy you would never do that. No, I don't think Zappa would. I don't think he would do that in real life. Not Peg, no. No. But there are people who are like that, and that is complete animal cruelty. I think it is a metaphor, Harriet. I think Zappa was representing a metaphor, yes. Sorry, I need to see if I've missed anything. You would kick a troll, though. That's the best way forward. Yes, and Sapper is bantering in the way that we both banter together and all that. And as we do in the live now, we do silly old dog banter and all that. Whenever we're sometimes on a live, you'll have to make yourself a hot chocolate. See if it works. It's magic. Enjoy your drink, Mrs. Muffy. Enjoy your drink. Really? Oh, wow, Nutmeg, you used to volunteer for a cat rescue organization. Wow, that is astonishing. That's astonishing. Well done for all that you did when you volunteered for a cat rescue organization. Now, I know that, Nutmeg, I know that only far too well. Oh, no. Oh, the cruelty of humans. It's shattering. It is very shattering. The cruelty of humans to some cats, it's just nothing but shattering. It really hits you hard. It just hits you. It just hits you like a piece of wood landing on you, doesn't it? When learning of the cruelty of animals and the cruelty humans do to animals and all that, it just hits you like a piece of wood falling on you. Pleasure always, Mrs. Muffy. Oh, you're off to sleep now. Ta-ta for now, Marcia. Love and hugs to you always, my lovely. I wouldn't say goodnight to you without giving you a big hug and squeeze. No, you are completely right, Nutmeg. Animals are so innocent and have the purest of hearts. You're completely right on that. You certainly are. Oh, oh, Janet! Hello to lovely Janet. Hello to you, my lady. I wouldn't say hello without giving you a great big hug and squeeze, my lovely Janet. I would never say hello without giving you a great big hug and squeeze. Thank you, Nutmeg. Thank you for your friendliness towards Janet. Thank you. Thank you. I think the only thing you're expecting from Janet now, Nutmeg, is nothing but a great big hug and squeeze from her, in the way Quake Girl would almost likely be giving you a great big hug and squeeze. Quake Girl from New Zealand, I'm referring to. No, you share a fantastic point there, Jodie. Fantastic point you've shared. If humans had the heart of an animal, our world would be a well and truly far, far greater place than what it is today as of now. Nutmeg, don't you worry about a thing. It is certainly completely fine. Don't you worry, my lovely. Don't you worry for accidentally, inadvertently missing Jodie. You used to run a rescue for Westies. And some of the people you met you could have screamed at. You did report a few. Some of poor dogs were in a right old state. Absolutely no need. No, it's really well and truly no need for that at all. Awful. Awful. No, what some people do to their pets is unthinkable. Some of the cruelty people do to animals is nothing but completely unthinkable, full stop. It could certainly could this anger anybody without questioning grounded out to share a point on that, you know. The dumpers, they do the same things as but kittens grow old. Awful. Gosh. Gosh, right. Right. Oh no, Sapper. No, I am sorry learning you got bitten by a wolf once. You went to the doctors, but you're right now. Right. Oh shit. Oh, Nixie, you're awake. Nixie. Let's say hello, Nixie. Nixie, say hello. Nixie. Oh, Nixie. Hello, Nixie, say hello. Say hello to Blinky, Nutmeg's cat, who's hiding and is scared at the moment. Maybe her seeing you would make her feel better. Nixie. Hello, Nixie. Maybe Blinky seeing you would probably make her feel better. Beautiful girl. There are no bad animals, only bad humans. No, you're completely right on that. You're completely right on that, Jodie. Are you getting down, Nixie? Oh, Nixie's got down now. And now Nixie's going for a little wander around. It looks like Daphne's awake. Daphne, are you awake? Let's go. Oh, sorry. Oh, good. Actually, no, it'll be all right. It'll be all right. You took your dog to the vet to get his claw trim, and the vet said he need he needed to put your dog down. You said why? The vet rallied because his arms are aching. Oh gosh. Oh goodness. It looks like Daphne's awake. Daphne, are you awake? Daphne. Daphne, you awake? Oh, Daphne. Daphne, are you awake? Hello, Daphne. Hello, are you awake? Have you woken up? Have you woken up, Daphne? Daphne, oh, sorry, wait a moment. Daphne, Daphne, have you woken up? Have you woken up, beautiful? Have you woken up, beautiful, beautiful girl? No. Looks like you've woken up. Hello, beautiful. Say hello to beautiful Daphne. Oh, she's asleep. Oh, you are awake. Nope. Daphne was getting herself washed. Right. Oh, God. Oh, dear, aches and pains. Oh, dear, it's what takes its toll when bones ache. Hello, Dix. How is you once again? You had a little wander around, didn't you? I best get some kip. In what way? She's like Greta Gordo. She doesn't want any of this. Oh, no. Oh, Nixie, you are so lovely, aren't you? Very loving girl, aren't you? Oh, I thought you were about to lick me a moment ago. Oh, kip equals sleep. Oh, sorry. Sorry, Sapper. Sorry for my misunderstanding. But just to let all of you know, we're going to be wrapping things up in about 25 minutes, just to say. We'll have about another 25 minutes of the fun, and then time to wrap. Oh, then it's time to wrap things up. But, yeah. No, it's a good translation Sapper did, Nutmeg, I must say. Whose name will be Gage Blanca. Oh, God. Ah, you wouldn't even groan like me when you gave birth to your first child, whose name will be Gage Blanca. Oh, gosh. Do have some difference in vernacular, that's completely right. Nutmeg completely right on that. Oh, Nixie. No, beautiful, beautiful Nixie. Just finished playing the organ for tonight. Tommy, you're back. Hello, Tommy. Just finished playing the organ. Think your ears have had enough, I could imagine. Loud stuff. Working on a vintage fairground organ. It is loud, loud stuff, yes. Loud, loud stuff. By and large. Only 25 minutes. No, I know, don't worry, Harriet. I do know that Sapper is giving me some loving and kind advice. No, I do know that. I do know that, Harriet. I am only too thoroughly aware of this. Oh, Daphne was awake a moment ago. Daphne, you awake? Daphne? Daph? I can't get up right now because my bones are aching. Ouch. Don't need another sleep gate. No, 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 I'm not about to sleep right now, Zeph. I'm not about to sleep now. Oh, Nixie. Hello, beautiful. Oh. Oh. Oh, God. Nutmeg, you've got a dirty joke, have you? You have a dirty joke. What is worse than a lobster on the piano? Oh, gosh, that's a tricky one. A condominium for the lovely cats. That's love. No, you're completely right on that, Nutmeg. It certainly is love for sure. Crabs on the. Oh, oh, good one, Nutmeg. Very good one. Good one indeed. What? Oh, but Nutmeg, Tommy had a question for you. Because you were asking Tommy about organs. He was asking, did you mean church type organs with a keyboard? Were you referring to those ones, Nutmeg, if I dare might ask you? In referral to your questioning towards Tommy. Oh, Nixie, look at that interesting washing look Nixie does. Oh, Nixie. Beautiful, beautiful Nixie. Thank you, Sam. But do be assured I'm still going ahead with my planned live, which I was originally going to do on Saturday, but I'll be doing it on the Tuesday evening. Oh, okay, not to worry, Tommy. That's all right. Not to worry. That's all right. Oh, Nixie. No. Beautiful girl. Widespread eagle. Oh, no, I'm not hungry, Harriet. No. I really do hope we're not going to have a food gate on here, because if anyone gets so hungry to the point where they end up putting on far too much weight, to the point where they're uncomfortable with it, and are having a hard time getting it off, then whoever brings up the food gate because it's resulted in that, they'd be to blame. Just as sure. Those cats will never be mistreated. Oh, thank you, Janet. Were you referring to Daphne and Nixie, that is? Because if so, my Daphne Nixie will never, never, never be mistreated. No, you wouldn't be mistreated. We love you too much. We would never mistreat you or Daphne. We never would. No, we certainly never would. You have rum diet and lost a few weekends. Really? You lost a few weekends? Oh gosh. Very interesting, Nutmeg. Very, very interesting. Doesn't like the sound coming from pipes. Gosh. But your church still has one pipes up in the loft, but the organ is down on the altar. They call that the liquid diet. Yes. Well, you had quite a liquid diet when you were over in Ireland, didn't you? Don't you? Didn't you, Nutmeg, when you were when you lived over in Ireland? You'd live on whiskey if you could. Oh gosh, Tommy, I don't even drink whiskey. I have tried whiskey once, but I really didn't like the taste or the smell of it. I really didn't. And I've never drank it again since the one time I tried it. But are there any other drinks you enjoy drinking, alcohol wise? That is, Tommy, if I may ask. You love Coke. You had to stop drinking it. You had to stop drinking it prior to surgery. You replaced it with Coke Zero. Oh, Harriet, you had to have surgery, really? Oh, Harriet, I am sorry learning you had to have surgery at one point. I am sorry learning of this. That's not fun to endure or have to contemplate to having surgery. It's frightening for some people to undergo surgery. But whatever the result, I do hope your surgery went okay for when you underwent it. You lived on Guinness. Oh, interesting. Apparently, Guinness is, I think it's apparently one of the better beers one of the better beers to have, apparently. Nutmeg, as far as I'm certain. But I'm pretty sure you drank a whole load of other alcoholic drinks over in, uh, Ireland, etc., and all that. Drink heavy amounts of alcohol at steam rallies. Unhealthy how much you drink. Oh, God. The lovely four-footed family members. Which ones were you referring to, Janet? Which ones were you referring to? Oh, mostly Guinness. Okay, but mostly Guinness. But have you ever drank wine before, Nutmeg, and all that? Have you ever drank wine or prosecco and etc. and all that? You drank nothing but Guinness when you lived in Ireland. Interesting. It was long ago. Oh, okay. You're a wino now. Interesting. Interesting. Well, if you ever want a red wine with me, Nutmeg, I'd have a red wine with you any day. My late grandfather, he drank red wine. He used to partially dilute it with water. My late grandfather did. Not the biggest wine fan, find it a bit crap. Oh, okay. That's your preference, not to worry, Tommy, that's your preference. But I just missed what you said, I'm just reading it now. You like most things, to be honest. Gin, vodka, whiskey, quite a lot. Do you drink beer, by all means, Tommy? Do you drink beer at all? I do drink gin at times, but I do not drink vodka or whiskey, just to tell you odd things. I don't drink vodka or whiskey. You had a few beers earlier, interesting. You're ready to pay Sapper to fee to write a lullaby for Sleepgate nights. And also we got Nutmeg the Wino. Well, well, if you ever wanted to, Nutmeg, I would certainly have a red wine with you any day. I don't know if you drink red wine or not, but if you do, I would certainly love to have a red wine with you any day. Oh gosh, you'd love to see me wankered. Do you mean drunk wankered? That is, Sapper. Oh gosh, it would be a cheap night. Ouch. You're getting into the pumpkin ales. Interesting. Pumpkin ale. I don't know the pumpkin ale. Right. Oh, interesting. Pumpkin ale. I really don't know. I don't know enough about pumpkin ale. Nutmeg, I really don't. Because I've never had a pumpkin ale. I thought you were Massachusetts, Nutmeg. I honestly thought you were Massachusetts. I didn't realize you were New England. That's Nixie, just to tell you, Janet. That's Nixie watching. But she's partially asleep, actually. Oh, you look awake, but you were partially asleep, weren't you? Oh, Massachusetts, a part of New England. Oh, okay. Want to make mango cider? Oh, gosh. Is this alcohol gate now? We got the wino uh, Nutmeg, who's keen on wine, but not only is Nutmeg keen on wine, I too am very much a wino with red wine, particularly red wine. No, I mean I'm particularly a wino for red wine and all that. No, I mean really, nothing could beat a good red wine. I do drink a white at times, but seldom often, or a prosecco. Nothing could beat a good prosecco, in my opinion. They made some new ciders at a brewery close to you, and some of them were vile. Oh, gosh. I don't even drink cider, Sapper. I don't even drink cider, Tommy. I really don't. Only just realised the time. We have a stream scheduled for 11 in the morning. Gosh. Good luck with your stream, Tommy. Good luck with it. Oh, okay. Thank you for the reminder, Nutmeg. Thank you. You remember making wine with your late mother using fruit you went out picking. Oh, wonderful. It's going to be most of the day. You have about 200 people. What? Oh, gosh. You're going to have a big audience there, Tommy. 200 people watching a live of you playing a certain game. That's certainly a big, big following there. That's on the Twitch, is it? I'd imagine. No, I could imagine just how fun it sounds. Nutmeg, well and truly, yes. Well and truly, for sure. Twitch and YouTube. But Tommy, with your main YouTube channel that you're using the comments on here, that you've got on here now that you're currently using, I would certainly recommend you upload your fairground organ content on it. Just a suggestion, but I'll leave it for you to decide. But just giving us a recommended suggestion, that's all. No, it wouldn't. I doubt it would be a sporting event that Tommy would be doing the live stream. Nutmeg, no, I doubt that very much. But good question all the same. Don't know if Tommy is even a sporty person to begin with. I mean, I'm certainly not sporty anymore. Even now, I mean, despite being the age I am now, I cannot run fast enough or far enough. You play ice hockey? Impressive. Gosh, that is an impressive game you play. Dangerous one, too. Went fruit picking most weekends. some for baking, and some for wine and cordial. But if anyone on here who is a wino like that of nutmeg, please do say what your wine preference is. Do share because I'm all for a nice glass of wine at times, but do share your wine preferences for those of you who are wine aficionados or winos, etc., and all that. You play for Coventry Plays brutal sport, I could imagine. Nutmeg, you are the wino. You were the one that said it earlier on, Nutmeg, so it's going to be quite well known in you now. Oh, ta-ta for now, Janet, I wouldn't say goodbye without giving you a big hug and squeeze. Nice big hug and squeeze to you always, Janet. Ta-ta for now, and I'll certainly see you in whatever next live I shall be hosting. Love you dearly, Janet. We all love you dearly always. But for those of you who are winos or wine aficionados, do say what your preference of wine is, because I'd be interested to know. Oh no, oh gosh, oh Tommy, no, oh dear. You've had some terrible things happen on the ice. You've had your nose broke a good 8 times. It's in the rules that you can fight and haven't lost one yet. Oh, of course you do, Sapper, yes. You certainly do. Obviously, I'd have to prepare for it being a great big strong one, obviously, given your strength, but but don't worry, I'm all right for it. No, Tommy's England. Nutmeg. Tommy is in England, just to tell you odd things. He's not Canada, he's England. In your defense, you're actually a food. I never knew that. I mean, small thing as you may be, Nutmeg, I never knew you were a foodie. Interesting learning that. So you like to pair all kinds of wine with your food preparations? No, he said ice hockey. It was ice hockey, Nutmeg, not full-blown hockey, ice hockey. But does this include red wine too, Nutmeg? Seeing that you like to pair all kinds of wine with your food preparations, is that red wine included? If I may ask. Oh, what a leap. Nixie really leaped off. That was a real leap. Oh, Daphne. Daphne, are you posing like a watchtower? Let's see Daphne doing that pose because bloody old aches and pains. Not fun to get older. I like a good rosé too, as well, Nutmeg. Dessert? Oh gosh, I never knew you were keen on dessert. Dessert? Oh, it's a tricky one in my case. Dessert. I'd really, at most, only eat dessert about once or twice a month, to be honest with you. Nutmeg. I wouldn't. Dessert, it's not something I could have daily. I could never have a dessert daily, just really once or twice monthly. Same with pub going. I'm only about once, twice monthly pub goer. And the same a month, once, twice monthly dessert. To have a dessert, etc., and all that. But interesting, you have a dessert wine. Astonishingly. Merlot used to be a good wine, deep, plummy, and fruity. Good guess there, Jeff, about nutmeg being the wine, nutmeg the wino, and aficionado that we've got here in the chat. Oh, God, aches and pains. Oh, you're not a big dessert person. Same as me, I'm not a big dessert person either. I mean, like you, Nutmeg, I'm not a big dessert person either. Very occasionally you do a dessert wine. Daphne was posing. Oh. Oh, Daphne! Oh gosh, what a pose. What a pose you're doing there. Daphne, hello. You doing a pose? You doing a pose there, Daphne? Is this you posing? Daphne's posing. What a pose you're doing there. I want to say hello. I want to say hello. No. That's not Daphne. Oh, jumped off. Oh. In the winter, you do like sipping a nice port of wine. How lovely, darling, this. Oh, Nixie, what is it? Nixie, where are you? Oh, there you are. Nixie. Right. Well, I think it's time to think about finishing things off. Now, everybody, because we've got more or less to 2 hours and 30 minutes now. So I think it's time to finish things off now. But listen, the first Late Night Live for about 2 weeks now. Thank you, everybody, so very, very much for taking part in what is the first Late Night Live for the first time in about 2 weeks. And all that. So it's been the first Late Night Live in a while. Thanks for those of you taking part in it. And of course, certainly am I looking forward to seeing you in the next future, the next live, so those of you who can make it, be it on when it's live or replay. Thank you all for watching, everybody. Good night, and may your God go with you. Goodbye, and may your good wishes bring you great expectations of happiness. Tommy, I saw that. Please be nice to Sapper. I know you're only joking, but please be nice to Sapper. Ta-ta for now. Good night, and may your God go with you. Many best wishes, and may tomorrow be a good day for all of you. Ta-ta for now.